Hi, I'm Tony, TSG's OpenMigrate product manager. In this short video, I'm going to demonstrate how OpenMigrate can be used to migrate documents from a Documentum repository into AODocs. AODocs is a software as a service or SaaS content services platform that leverages Google Drive for document storage and has its own user interface for managing the documents and their metadata. Within AODocs, documents are stored in libraries. For this demo, I've configured a new library called AODocs Demo. Within the admin interface for this library, you can see that I've defined a document class for the controlled documents that I want to migrate in from Documentum. Within this document class, I've defined custom properties for description, legacy document number, approved, effective, and obsolete dates, as well as status. When I go back to the library view, you can see that the library currently has no documents in it. Now let's take a look at the documents that I want to migrate from Documentum. Here in the Documentum webtop interface, I'm going to drill down into the folder that contains the standard operating procedure documents that I want to migrate into AODocs. For this demo, I'm going to configure OpenMigrate to migrate any controlled document whose name starts with a TSG hyphen prefix. You can see there are several of these documents in a few of these folders. Here in Documentum, I do have some metadata defined for these standard operating procedure documents. You can see I have a file name, title, status attribute. And if I dig deeper into the properties for one of these documents, you'll see that I also have some additional metadata that I want to carry over into AODocs, like the approval date. Using OpenMigrate's admin interface, I'm going to configure my migration. I've already done some of the configuration in advance. Since I'm only migrating a handful of documents in this demo, I've configured OpenMigrate to be single-threaded in the source, mapping, and target components. If I were doing a larger migration, I could increase the number of threads in order to increase my throughput. For the queue populator, since I'm migrating from Documentum, I've configured the queue based on a Documentum DQL query. This query that I've configured returns all documents of the controlled document type that start with the TSG hyphen prefix. Here in my source configuration, you see that I've already configured my Documentum repository name, the username, and password that I'm going to use to connect to Documentum. Now in my target configuration, I've already populated the AODocs library ID and security code, and I'm going to fill in my AODocs domain to be tsgrp.com. The last step is to configure my mapping. On the left side, you can see that I've already configured mappings for most of the properties that I define in my AODocs document class. On the right side is how those properties are going to be mapped from the metadata that's carried over from Documentum. For my legacy document number in AODocs, I'm just mapping the object name from Documentum. For the title, I'm using one of OpenMigrate's transformers to set the title in AODocs to be the object name from Documentum, but I'm replacing the TSG prefix with AODocs. For the approval, effective, and obsolete dates, as well as the status, I'm just mapping these properties directly from what's already stored for those properties in Documentum. The only property that I haven't mapped yet is the description, so I'll add that now. Click the Add button. So I'll set that this is a string property, and I want the value for this property to come from the title that's coming over from Documentum. So I'll add that. And instead of just making it exactly equal to the title from Documentum, I'm going to prepend the text migrated. Now that the mapping is complete, I'm going to click the button to deploy my OpenMigrate configuration. Once that's done, I can click the button to run my migration. Now that my migration's running, I'm taken to the OpenMigrate dashboard where I can monitor the progress of the migration in real time. You can see that my queue populator has just queued 18 documents to be migrated into AODocs based on the Documentum DQL query that I provided in my configuration. And now you can see that 18 documents have been successfully migrated with no errors. Coming back to AODocs, I'm going to refresh my library. And now you can see that 18 documents are in my library, and these are the documents that were just migrated from Documentum. I can see all of my metadata here on this screen. My title was set properly. Remember that I used a transformer to remove the TSG prefix of the documents and replace it with AODocs. My description was set to be the title from Documentum with migrated prepended. My legacy document number was set to be the previous name from Documentum, and my status, approval date, and effective date and obsolete dates were set accordingly as well. I can click to view more details of one of my documents, and here I can see a screen that contains all of my metadata. Additionally, here down in the attachments, I can click on the document attachment in order to view the full document that has been migrated. Well, that's all for this demo. Thanks for watching. For more information, check out our blog and website at tsgrp.com.